I was born in a farmhouse about a mile from here, and we moved up to this house when I was just 6 years old. I was born in 1916. When we first moved here, we did not have running water for about 6 years. We had a well for a long time. We had a bucket down in the well, and we'd had to draw our water. Then we did get a pump, which was better than the well. We could pump our water. And as I was growing up, we always had a gourd dipper at the spring and also a gourd dipper at the well. Everybody used the same gourd dipper. We didn't have all those germs back then. We didn't think about the germs. Everybody used the same gourd dipper.
Have you got an extra one?
No, don't have an extra.
Hey, well, don't she look pretty?
Oh, I'm just so glad you brought me some more gourds. Look at this. Boy, they did bring. Oh, boy.
All in a bunch.
Oh, they brought me. I told them to bring all the
Y'all
gourds.
just pour them out on the ground.
Well, so you can count.
He has grown gourds for years, and we've come up here for years. In fact, we thought Miss Sparkman was gone, and she really surprised us when she called, and she said she was going to have a birthday next week. 94 years old. Isn't that wonderful? And when we came, we've always took them in, and piled them where she wanted them, and we've always enjoyed our visits here also. She's a super person.
I can't grow gourds anymore, and I have to buy all my gourds, and I've bought gourds from them for years. In fact, they're the ones who grew the one that I bought Jalen on the head with.
Yeah, I did.
And I'm gonna give her.
I remember seeing that. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. Boy, I'll have gourds to last me the rest of my life. We kind of sort them out, and the smaller ones are a little less and all, but we get together on a price.
I've learned a lot about the Depression. And I know that was a tremendous time. I know it was a tremendous influence on her. A lot of her behaviors today are still related to that experience.
It was 2 years between each of us children. So 8 of us, 2 years between each one. My mother had the garden, and I always helped her in the garden. My sister did the sewing for the family. My older brothers would go out and try to get odd jobs to help with the family. And of course, we had a big garden, or had to grow most everything we ate. I finished high school at Concordia High School in Conover. Then I went to Mebane Business College in Newton. I graduated from high school in 1936. I was married in 1938. Met my husband in St. Louis, and he had gone in business with two of my brothers.
Well, I know that my mother and father are brother and sister to my aunt and uncle, and they met through that family, through Aunt Nina and Uncle Gene, Nina Henry and Gene Henry.
We courted about 2 years before we really got married. He wanted to get married earlier than that, but I kept thinking, well, I wanted to get me 22 before I got married. So we just kind of put it off. We got married April 17, 1938, and then we waited 2 years before we had children.
She's an inspiration to be 94 and to still get up and go every day, much less to do everything that she does, to actually have a job and, you know, to inspire so many people to just be herself. She walks into the room and it's like, Sparky's here, you know. You use it or you lose it. And she is a walking example of that, because she does get out of bed and come in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and she goes in there and she gets in that swimming pool. The water is easier on your joints. You know, there's very little impact, if any, depending on what exercise they're doing. And so that's very important, especially for seniors. That's why she's still up and moving and doing the things that she does, because she does take it serious that you have to take care of yourself. It's good to live to be old, but you need quality of life. It's not the quantity that's important, it's the quality. And Sparky proves that.
I don't mind the backseat driver. Bless you. Funeral home. Barbershop.
Maybe I must have been out before I came back up. I saw that there were 2 more things on there that I know that she.
I can't see myself. say a gourd, after it loses its stem, it's lost 15% of its charm. You see how the stem makes a good beak there for the bird, the penguin.
Then somehow this isn't enough, is it? Yes, we think of ourselves as Easter Christians. Our whole emphasis is on the resurrection. If Christ is not raised from the dead, then our faith is in vain.
Always grew a lot of flowers. I was in the garden club work real big, and I thoroughly enjoyed working with flowers. And I even went to flower show school and became a flower show judge, judged at flower shows, and I enjoyed it. And I would put flowers in the church about 20 Sundays out of the summertime. We grew a lot of flowers. I even grew an acre of flowers from our roadside beautification project for the garden club when I was on the governor's beautification committee for 4 years. I saw the ornamental gourds were so pretty. You've seen them when they're in the grocery stores around Thanksgiving. I started growing those, and then it was in our garden club work that we were doing projects, so I started doing a project with gourds. And the first ones I did, I took them to the shut-ins while they were pretty and colorful. As they dry, maybe 2 or 3 months after those ornamentals dry, they lose their color. So I would clean them off, scrubbing them with steel wool and water. Then I would try painting them back the colors they grew in. And then I started taking them to people. Then I started combining gourds and making little animals out of them. And I saw how comical they were. I have to tell you about the first gourd critter I took to a sick person. She had cancer, and I took her a little chicken, and she said, "That little chicken looks sick like I am." So I knew right then I had to improve on my critters, and I sure did improve.
I found out Dad had cancer when I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was around July 4th. I wanted to come home and be the savior, you know, that was tough. But obviously there's nothing I could really do above and beyond what was being done for him. I remember being home for when he had his brain surgery, and trying to be as much help as I possibly could then. And then after that, a month or so, I remember being called home and saying that if we wanted to visit with him while he was still alive, that this was the time the minister had asked, is there anything you want us to do? And I said, I would like for you to read Paul's scripture about fighting the good fight. Within the hour, Dad took his last breath and passed on. Made his transition, is what I call it.
It was frightening. And when he died, I just wanted to die too.
She was inconsolable. I mean, this was her life partner. They had, they had done so much together. They had fought so hard together. They had, and it's like I wanted her to stop crying, but she would cry. She cried for hours there, there at the hospital. And again, it hurts to see someone you love hurt like that.
Just have to force yourself to keep going, and that is when my hobby of gourds really came in good for me. To have something to do, work with my hands, and something to do, stay busy. Then soon after that, I joined the YMCA.
I've really gotten to know her better the last few years. We've grown pretty close.
I love that so much.
Wednesday and Friday, she teaches bridge. Very serious about her bridge, let me tell you. She is, and I think that is her way of keeping her mind sharp.
You had the Highland, so she cuts for you. You cut for her.
Okay.
We've had the senior center that was at the main building. We had it probably 12 years, I think, somewhere around there. And it was very good, and we put it to good use, but number one, it was just one room, and we had to share it with a lot of other people. This barn was built, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago for the school-age kids. And then we closed that program, so it sat empty for a couple of years. And just one day, when I was walking around the track, I just thought, we ought to turn it into a community center.
I don't believe that scissors is going to cut.
Okay, yeah, don't cut.
Don't cut anything.
Don't cut. Don't cut. What? She's gonna get up there and it's not gonna cut.
I'll have
I'd
to.
like to have everybody's attention for a brief moment. I'd like to say thank you first for being here this evening. This is another momentous occasion for the YMCA, and we've invited Miss Sparky here this evening. As you know, Miss Margaret Sparkman has the Senior Center up at the Y, and we actually have somewhat of a surprise for Sparky this evening. So can I have, who are my helpers?
Oh
We're going to
my.
show Miss Sparky first,
Oh my gosh.
and then we'll show, oops, this way.
Get a picture.
This new building will house our senior programs. It will house some teens and tweens.
Oh my goodness.
The new
Ah,
senior
oh my
center.
gosh.
But it is also now known as the YMCA Sparky Community Center.
Oh God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a surprise. Oh my, this is the greatest honor of my entire lifetime. Oh my.
Well, Sparky, we appreciate you more than you could ever imagine. Not only do you keep all of us young people on our toes,
Oh my. Oh my.
we appreciate everything you've done for the Y and the community, and you are our National Gourd Lady, and we thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I just appreciate this. I feel so humble, and I can't express my feelings. I just can't believe this.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe.
You are free to enter the official Sparky Community Center.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
I'm so glad you offered it. Yeah, we are tickled we could come. Yeah, this is a real special event.
Yeah, it is.
Wouldn't have missed it.
I'll say it's special.
Well, I'll tell you what, this one has been picking on me
What's
for
that?
15
You
years.
got your own parking space.
I'll have to tell them.
Right over here. So
Oh, yeah, so I don't have to walk too
that's
far
right.
coming in here.
Now you coming to luncheon tomorrow, right?
Are we going to have it out here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Are you kidding? It's open now. We're ready for business. Absolutely.
This right here is where I will be buried, next to my husband. And he wanted me to go ahead and have a cemetery plot to be buried next to him. And then our little baby was right there beside of us. I will join him in heaven one of these days, maybe not too far away. Never know. Good thing we don't know when we're going to die. Might worry ourselves to death.
I think it puts things in perspective in terms of mortality. You know, everything has a cycle, and that place is, you know, it's not going to be there much longer. Yeah, and it's all grown up, and it's kind of going to return back to nature. I mean, it is returning. It's on its way back.
I would love for them to remember me as using my creative work. If I can inspire them to grow things and use their own creative ability, and that would be my greatest wish for them to remember me by.